just wanted to share where I'm at on this project that I've been working on. I get lots and lots of produce from coolers in the area. We have lots of produce production. It is California, after all. And they have a lot of produce that they don't sell for one reason or another. It's perfectly usable. In fact, they'll just give a bunch of it away to food banks in the area. But there's so much produce production that there's no way that the food banks could take all of the produce that they don't use, that the coolers can't sell. And so a lot of it just gets thrown in the garbage. It's a real tragedy. But as a small-scale goat producer and worm producer, I'm able to take quite a few pallets. I've taken, dozens and dozens of pallets over the years. This is one bin of celery. This is taller than the last bins I got. This is probably 4 feet tall, almost 4 feet tall. And it's got a huge, huge load of celery in there. So the last one that I got is about 2 feet tall, and it had about 20,000 calories per bin. This is 4 feet tall, and I think there's less wasted space here. So this is probably somewhere between 40 and 50,000 calories of produce that we're looking at here. Now, there's not a whole lot of protein in here. It's mostly carbs, but there is a good amount of minerals and what have you, right? I mean, that's the benefit of vegetables, is that vegetables have lots of minerals, fiber, that sort of thing, and that's perfect for a goat. Celery is, if you feed it in large quantities, it can cause what's called photosensitivity of the skin. And so it can make the goats sensitive to the sun, to where they get sunburn and blisters and what have you. So we have to be careful in that regard, but I've fed a lot of this stuff, and they've never had any problem with it. So I'm going to keep feeding it, and I've got 6 more bins of this size. So there it is, 4 feet, a glorious 4 feet of celery. So this is going to put a dent in our feed bill for this summer, because right now, a bale of alfalfa here in California, it's $28, and that's pretty much standard. Anywhere you go, $25, $28, $30 for alfalfa. So this is no universal feed. Like, a goat could not survive on this. So the alfalfa is nice because it's got all the protein you need, it's got all the minerals you need. It's not super high in energy, but this supplies energy. So this is a nice little complement to the alfalfa, and it'll reduce the alfalfa feed significantly, keep their bellies nice and full. And so this is really a godsend for what we're trying to do here during this very extreme drought. And what I'm doing currently is I had some celery that stuck around a little bit too long. I was out of town for a couple days and I didn't get to feed it to the goats. But that's no big deal because I have worms. And so this celery is quite rotten at this point. I'm not sure how well it'll show up on camera, but this is the celery here, and a lot of it is rotting through. It's, like I said, it's probably not showing up that well on camera, but a lot of this stuff is literally just completely unusable. Like, I wouldn't let my goats anywhere near this stuff. And so what I've done is I have taken this and I laid down a layer of compost. This is municipal compost here. Not the greatest stuff. It's got a lot of chunks, and it's very dry and hydrophobic and stuff. So it's not the greatest compost. But I laid down a layer of municipal compost together with some charcoal, crushed charcoal. And I've been scooping up all this stuff, and it gets this nice layer of charcoal and compost on it. And then I've been scooping it into some worm bins. And so you can see, got layers and layers of this stuff, and it's got that nice organic matter that'll serve as an inoculant to help it break down, and it'll also give it some carbon to increase the carbon to nitrogen ratio. Of course, worms don't like the C to N ratio to be too low, so it'll increase the ratio of carbon to nitrogen. It'll help absorb some of the water that's going to leach out of this as it breaks down. So just kind of a neat little thing I wanted to share just real quick with you guys. And this is the first time I've done this, but I'm really liking the way this is going so far, and I'm eager to see how it plays out. Once I've loaded up the bins to where they're all the way full, I just cap it off with a layer of wood chips and mulch and prevent them from turning this into a big old, fly fest, basically. And so, yeah, this is a nice, good 6-inch layer, probably, of, I guess it's a little bit less than that, but a nice layer of wood chips on top. And I'll come by and periodically water this. There's wood chips in the middle as well, so I mixed in layers of wood chips, layers of celery, layers of wood chips, layers of celery, all the way up and down, and then it capped it off with a nice layer of mulch, like you're seeing here. And that'll prevent, like I said, the flies, and it'll also increase the carbon to nitrogen ratio, make sure it doesn't get too hot, too stinky, start burning off ammonia and stuff like that. So good luck on your projects, and thanks for watching.